Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm talking Alone, Season 11. This is Episode 1, so this is the premiere. I want to start off by saying I know we were covering Season 10 in the catalog. I didn't do the last two episodes. I apologize for that. So if anybody was looking for it, I'm sorry. A year later, I don't know what happened, but it just got swept under the rug, and just other things came up. But I did finish that season, I think earlier this week. That's what happened with the disconnect. I just didn't even finish it at that time. I don't know what came up, but hey, we're here now, and I love this show. And it is way different than everything we cover on this page. We cover a lot of trash, and this is the furthest from trash. This is a great show. And if you're finding us for the first time, seen all the seasons. I haven't seen any of the UK or I think it's Australia. I don't remember what the other one is, but the other iteration that's on historychannel.com. I'll probably try to check it out and get fully updated on this foreign seasons, but let's get into it. So the first episode, Enter the Circle, and we have a new location this year. We're 250 miles into the Arctic Circle, so this is the furthest north I think they've ever gone. Cash prize is 500,000 if you make it to the end. And off the bat, like we do this standard format where it's like the first two episodes we see five people, and the next one we see five, and we usually get one elimination per episode usually. So we did see somebody go home, and I felt bad for this dude. And this was one of those ones where I had to rewind it when it happened because I was very surprised. I just all of a sudden we get to a commercial and it's just he's screaming. So I met five people. We met Isaiah. He is a game warden and he's also in the Air Force. He seemed like a cool dude. He was having some issues with why am I out here? He was just sitting in his shelter and just kind of contemplating like what was the reason coming out here to like prove to my wife and my daughter that I'm strong. And then he's like, well, why am I away from them? And I obviously have no idea. I think he was referring to as drop shock, but I think never experienced that. If you are watching this video and you have a different experience, let us know. But definitely crazy, and I couldn't imagine what he was feeling in that instance. And I honestly think that's not a good sign for him. I think that if he's already feeling that 2 or 3 days in, that unless he starts like really hunting and getting a lot of food and like progressing, well, I don't know if that's a good omen for him. All right, William, he was the other one. He is from Canada, so we always have a few people from Canada here. He was, I think he was one of the ones that was like loved being in the outdoors. Like they show a lot of videos of their home life, and he seemed like all of them. I liked them so far, so I liked him. Dub, he's 44. He's from Michigan. He was oh no, he was the guy I'm thinking of that was like super outdoorsy. I think he was like a fly fisherman. They had like a montage of him like lifting weights with like pulleys on rocks outside. He so far from what I've seen, I kind of like he has a lot of like looks like deals with a lot of nature stuff in his day-to-day life, like with minimal things. So far he might be my leader in the clubhouse of the five that we've seen. And we have Cubby, 34. He's from Missouri, and was he apparently has a good shot with the bow and arrow, and that comes back to haunt him later. And another one we met, Michaela. She's 33. She's from Saskatchewan, Canada, and she said she had a Cree background, and she's one of the first women that of that background that's been on the show. And one thing that I like that she did that I don't remember seeing in any other season, she made some duck decoys, and I thought they looked pretty good for just rolling up some leaves and tying them together, pop them in the water. And I like seeing different ideas and like things that people bring to the show and try to do something, because if it is successful, maybe we'll probably see it later in other seasons if she does make it long and maybe get some food from it, get some ducks. But I think really in the beginning you just kind of hear a lot about the people, like why they're here and their home life, and it is fun to meet the people, but there isn't really I think a ton to talk about. I feel like there was a lot like for individual like decision making, like they all like did a form of a shelter. Some of them laid out some gill nets, and we did see some tracks. So apparently, there's a lot of wolves, a lot of grizzly bears in the area. I think somebody saw a small bear track as well, and there was also a lot of moose. So I think the moose are fair game. Who saw the caribou? Looking. Oh, it was Dub. Dub saw a caribou, and he thought it was a moose. Which I was like, man, if we're gonna get a moose kill right off rip, that'd be awesome. but a caribou on the note do not kill list. It's probably gonna be a ton of that stuff. And but I did see in the preview that somebody like looks like they're hitting the beaver on the head with something. So I wonder if that's allowed. Because I know I think it was last season you couldn't like bludgeon game or something like that. So I wonder if that's only maybe because I was in Canada. Maybe it's different in the Arctic Circle. There's maybe no rules. So William caught some of the notables from the episode. Isaiah, he had a bloody nose for a little bit when he was walking, and he wasn't sure. Like they did pop something in the corner that your blood does get thinner, I guess, with the air and things like that. So I wasn't sure if that was going to be something that was going to shake him up. But he looks like he's fine. He rebounded from it, but we'll have to see. Maybe we probably won't see him until episode 3. What's going on with that, and if it persists. Michaela finds a sacred rock. So apparently, in her culture, if they find a rock that is kind of alone in a location, she like digs around it, and apparently you like leave like sacrifices there to the land. So we'll see if that is an occurring theme for her in the season. There were a lot of bears near Williams Shelter, and they did show. I don't know if that's what footage they showed before it was a commercial break, but there was a pretty big bear walk by. I don't know if that's just maybe later in the season or they're just. I don't know because I don't remember. I didn't think they'd leave camera outside unless maybe like this early. I thought they maybe like would leave a camera out if like, hey, something's been taking my food or been walking around. I just want to see what it is at night. So I don't know if that's just later footage they're showing us now, but I'm not 100% sure. But bears already, that's interesting. That's very interesting. It's intriguing too, as a viewer. So I think the big thing of the episode though is Cubby. He does try to he tries to shoot a squirrel with his arrow, and I think he had it lined up really nice with the camera because you could see it, and then it runs away and he misses. But later he is trekking in the woods, and he's like, I don't know if I should. I want to keep pushing, but I don't know if I should. But he's like, I'm determined. I'm eager, and he keeps going. And I don't know. He says that his one of the arrows falls out of his quiver, and he steps into it, and it like gets. So if you look at your leg, if you haven't watched the episode yet, where it was is it kind of is near right above his. I think it was right. No, it was actually right below his knee on the inside of his leg, and it went like he said like 4 inches in. And they showed it. I mean, like his hand was blocking when he was pulling it out of his leg, but he showed the cut. Kind of you saw a little bit of it, and that must have fucking hurt, man. That really must have hurt. And he tell that he was in shock a little bit because he looked like he was a little bit of tears, but just like he was, I think he was more annoyed. He said he was more annoyed that this is going to pull him out of the game, and he was thinking about like he wrapped it up in like the first aid kit, but he was saying something like, "I want to just go back to camp, see what it looks like." I was like, "He's definitely done." I mean, that yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I felt really bad for him. Um, not too familiar with like bow hunting and quivers and like I don't know if like maybe doesn't have a good quiver and fell out or like I don't know the mechanics and how those things work like with the like was it carelessness or just like a freak thing. So I'm not 100% sure with that, but definitely unfortunate you work so hard to be on the show and then you're done by something like that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I love the new location. I feel like just when you're watching the season for a little bit and they're like, going to the same place all the time, not that it gets stale, but you just like it's cool to go somewhere different, and I like that. So thank you all for watching. I'm gonna try to catch up on the other foreign the international series. Maybe hope I don't know if I'll have them done by next week, but I will try. I don't think the episodes are terribly long. I think the UK one was only 9 episodes, and I just don't remember if it's Australia what the other one is, but I will watch it. Make sure to check out all of our other stuff. If you're here mainly for this, you're probably not going to like a lot of our other things, but check it out. You never know. And if you stumble upon this for the first time, you're watching some of our normal content, I would definitely check these shows out. They're great. All free on History Channel. I think a lot of them are on Discovery Plus. I think there's a few seasons on Netflix, past seasons if you haven't seen some of the older ones, but very, very very, very intriguing, very fun to watch, especially if you're a girl watching this and you're interested if you bring on your boyfriend or husband, they'll definitely be interested in it too. So cool. Maybe you have a bonding moment there, but I would definitely check it out. But thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next week in this one and any other videos if you choose to check this out. So have a good night. See you.